Welcome to my channel, Bookish 24/7, your soft space to learn, speak, and grow. I'm Ariel, and I want to ask you something. What if you could improve your English while sleeping? No stress, no long grammar lessons. Just close your eyes and let your brain listen, gently. Tonight I will take you step by step through stories, science, and sound, showing you how sleep can become your new English teacher. Stay with me, because your English journey doesn't stop when your eyes close. It begins. Chapter 1. Why people want to learn in their sleep. You are tired. You come home after a long day, school, work, family, life. You want to learn English, but your mind says, not now. Your body feels heavy. You tell yourself, maybe tomorrow. But tomorrow feels full too. Again and again. The weeks go by, and your dream to speak English still sits quietly inside you, waiting. Then, one evening, as you scroll on your phone, a video catches your eye. The title says, Learn English while you sleep. You stop. You feel a little spark. Could it be real? Many English learners feel this. They want to grow, but they feel stuck. They want to speak, but time feels too short. They go to classes, they try apps, they repeat grammar rules, but nothing works fast. Nothing feels easy, and deep inside they feel tired, not lazy, just tired, from trying, from pushing, from waiting for results that never come. And then this idea enters like a soft whisper. What if you could learn in your sleep? It sounds strange, unreal, but also beautiful. You imagine yourself sleeping peacefully while English words float into your ears. You imagine waking up feeling smarter, more ready, more fluent. It feels like a gift, a kind one. You don't need to work harder. You just need to rest and let your brain do the work. For a tired learner, this is a soft dream, a soft hope. And that's why so many people are drawn to sleep learning. Not because it's a trick, not because it's magic, but because it feels human. It understands your life, your struggle, your heart. You don't want another textbook. You don't want another test. You just want a chance to learn without pain, without pressure, without always feeling behind. Sleep learning whispers, you don't have to do more. You can rest and still grow. Some learners are busy parents. Their children need attention. Their homes are loud. But at night, when everything is quiet, they play soft English stories. It becomes their moment, their secret study time, a kind ritual. Some learners are students. They study all day in their own language, but they dream of English. They put on headphones at night, not to escape, but to listen. Slowly, without stress. Some learners are older. They feel nervous about learning again. They think it's too late, but the idea of sleep learning feels gentle. No one is watching. No one is judging. Just soft learning, in the dark, in peace. Sleep learning is not just a method. It is a feeling, a response to a deep need, a need for kindness in education, a need for hope in learning. You are not just a student. You are a human being with emotions, with struggles, with dreams. And your dream to speak English should not feel heavy. It should feel light, like a song, like a whisper. like sleep. That's why this chapter is important. It is not about science yet. It is not about results. It is about the reason, the emotional reason, why this idea touches so many hearts. Because behind every search for learn while sleeping is a tired learner who still hopes, still believes, still wants to grow. Maybe you are one of them. Maybe you are watching this video with your eyes half closed. Maybe you are lying in bed right now. If yes, I want to say something to you. You are not alone, and you are not lazy. You are doing your best, and if sleep can help you, even a little, then it's worth exploring. In the next chapter, we will open the door to your brain. We will look inside, gently, and see what really happens when you fall asleep. You will learn that your brain doesn't turn off. It becomes a quiet worker, a quiet helper, and maybe a quiet teacher. Let's go deeper. Together. Chapter 2. What happens to your brain during sleep? Close your eyes. Imagine your body is resting. Your hands are still. Your eyes are closed. Your breath is soft. You are sleeping. But inside your head, something amazing is happening. Your brain is not asleep like your body. It is awake. It is busy. It is quietly doing something very powerful, something that can help your English grow. Your brain has different stages of sleep. First, there is light sleep, then deep sleep, and then comes a special stage, REM sleep. REM means rapid eye movement. In this stage, your brain becomes very active. You dream, you imagine, you feel like you are flying or laughing or running, but your body doesn't move. It rests. Only your brain is working. So, what is it doing? It is organizing, cleaning, remembering. Your brain looks at everything that happened during the day. Every sound, every word, every new idea. And it asks one big question. Should I keep this? This is called memory cleaning, and it happens every night. Your brain throws away things that don't matter. It saves things that do. It's like a librarian putting books in the right place, quietly, gently, in the dark. Now here comes the important part. Your brain does not save information by force. It does not say, "This was hard, so keep it." Number. It looks at emotion. It looks at repetition. It looks at connection. Did this sentence feel good? Was this word used many times? Did this idea feel important? If yes, your brain says, keep it. It matters. If not, it lets it go. This is called emotional tagging. It means your brain puts a little emotion flag on strong memories. That's why you remember the song that made you cry, but not the boring grammar rule. That's why you remember a joke, but not a definition. Your brain saves feelings, not just facts. And that's why learning English with feeling is so powerful. Let's take an example. In the day, you hear this sentence. Don't be afraid. It feels warm. It feels kind. You smile. You repeat it once or twice. At night, your brain says, this sentence was special. Let's keep it. And in the morning, you remember it better. Not because you studied it 100 times, but because you felt it. This is how memory works. This is how learning grows. And now, here is the soft surprise. Even while you sleep, your brain is still listening. Not clearly, not like when you are awake, but softly, in the background. If you play that same sentence, "Don't be afraid," while you sleep, your brain may hear it again and say, "Ah, yes, this again. Let's make it stronger." That is how sleep can help learning, not by teaching something new, but by making old things stronger. This process has a name: memory consolidation. That means your brain takes small memories and makes them bigger, stronger, clearer. It moves them from just learned to truly remembered. And this is where sleep becomes your quiet partner. You do the learning in the day, you do the practice, but at night, your brain does the keeping. So what does this mean for your English? It means this: when you sleep, your brain is still helping you. It is not wasting time. It is organizing your words. It is saving your sentences. It is working with your emotions, your practice, your effort, even in silence. Top moment: when learners realize, "I thought I was done learning when I went to bed, but my brain was still helping me." That is a beautiful truth. You are not alone in your learning. Your brain is your helper. It is your secret partner. But like any helper, it needs the right tools. It needs the right memories. It needs the right feelings. That's why it's important to feed your brain with good English before you sleep. In the next chapter, we will go deeper. We will visit the real science, experiments, labs, tests. We will see what scientists found when they studied sleep and memory. And we will ask the big question: can people really learn while they sleep? Or is it just a dream? Let's find out, step by step, together. Chapter 3: What the Science Really Says About Sleep Learning. Let's go to a quiet place. Not your bedroom this time, but a science lab. A room with soft lights, computers, wires, and quiet machines. In this place, researchers ask a powerful question: can people really learn while they sleep? They are not guessing. They are testing, watching, measuring. And what they found might surprise you. First, they bring in people, normal people like you and me. These people lie down on soft beds. Wires are placed on their heads to measure brain activity. They close their eyes. They fall asleep. And then something begins. The scientists play sounds. Sometimes they are single words. Sometimes they are word pairs like apple, book, or sky blue. The sleepers don't wake up. They are in deep sleep. But the machines are watching, listening, and the brain is still working. In one experiment the next morning, the same people are asked, "Do these word pairs feel familiar?" And many of them, more than expected, say yes. They recognize the pairs, not because they remember clearly, but because something inside says, "I've heard this before." That small feeling, that quiet memory, is proof. The brain listened. The brain noticed. But there's something important here, something big. These people had already heard the words before they fell asleep. Earlier in the day, they studied the pairs. So the sleep wasn't teaching them something new. It was strengthening what they already learned. That's the key. That's the emotional spike. Wait, So my brain remembers better during sleep, but only if I studied first? Yes, that's the beautiful truth. Your brain is not learning from zero in sleep, but it is building stronger walls around the words it already knows. It is saying, I saw this earlier. Now I'll keep it safe. This is not magic. This is memory consolidation in action. Another study played sounds, not words, just tones, high and low, like music. The brain didn't wake up, but the machines showed small reactions, tiny responses, like whispers, like gentle nods. The sleeping brain was not learning, but it was listening. Then there was a famous experiment in Switzerland. Researchers gave people a list of foreign words, words they didn't know. The people learned the words before bed. Then half of them heard those same words during sleep. The other half slept in silence. In the morning, the first group remembered more words. Their memory was stronger. Why? Because their sleeping brain heard the words again. The repetition made the memory deeper, softer, stronger. But here's the truth. When scientists tried to teach new words during sleep, it didn't work. People who never saw or heard the words before couldn't remember anything. The brain said, I don't know this. I don't care. It ignored the sound, like background noise. This is very important. Sleep does not open your brain to random learning. It only opens the door to things it already touched during the day. So now you understand what the science really says. Yes, your brain listens during sleep. Yes, your memory grows stronger with repetition at night, but only if you heard the words before sleep. No, you cannot learn something completely new during sleep. This is not a shortcut. It is not a trick, but it is a tool, a powerful tool, a soft helper in the night. Think of it like this. Your brain is a house. In the day, you bring in furniture, words, sentences, ideas. At night, your brain moves things around. It puts the chair in the right room. It folds the blanket. It makes the house feel more like home. That is sleep learning, not building the house, but making it feel right, making it yours. And now, imagine what that means for you. If you study small, beautiful English phrases in the day and then play them softly at night, your brain may say, "Ah, this again. I like this. I'll keep it." That's not magic. That's memory. And that's your new nighttime teacher. In the next chapter, we will take all this science and turn it into a clear answer. What exactly can you learn during sleep? And what can't you? Let's break the myths. Let's see the real power of your resting brain. Stay with me. You're doing beautifully. Chapter 4. What you can and can't learn while sleeping. Let's be gentle but honest. You want to speak English, not just understand it, not just listen. You want to speak with flow, with confidence, with ease. And maybe when you heard about learning in your sleep, a small dream grew in your heart. You thought, maybe I can become fluent while sleeping. Maybe the words will just come. It's a beautiful thought. But now we must open our eyes, not to break the dream, but to guide it. The truth is this: sleep is not a magic school. It does not give you fluency while your eyes are closed. You cannot go to bed a beginner and wake up advanced. Fluency takes more. It takes speaking. It takes trying. It takes using your voice. But does that mean sleep learning is useless? Not at all. In fact, the opposite is true. Sleep learning is powerful, but in a different way. So let's break it down. What can't you learn while sleeping? You can't learn grammar rules. Grammar needs your focus. It needs thinking. It needs comparison. Why is it goes and not go? Your sleeping brain doesn't ask questions. It doesn't analyze. It doesn't compare verb tenses or remember exceptions. It simply listens, softly. And grammar is too detailed for that. So no, grammar won't stick in your sleep. You can't become fluent while sleeping. Fluency means you speak, you respond, you make mistakes, you fix them. That only happens when you are awake, when your mouth moves, your ears listen, your brain chooses words. Sleep cannot give you practice, and without practice, fluency does not grow. So now the question is, what can you learn in your sleep? You can remember words better, especially words you learned before bed. If you studied 5 new phrases at night and then played them again softly while sleeping, your brain might remember them better. It says, I saw this already. I heard it again. I will keep it. That's memory consolidation. And it's real. You can improve comfort with English sounds. When you listen to familiar English while sleeping, your brain becomes more used to the rhythm. It feels less strange, less foreign. You may not understand every word, but your brain says, this is okay, this is normal. And that feeling, normal, is a beautiful step toward confidence. You can feel less afraid to speak. This is the emotional magic. When you hear kind, soft English every night, your brain stops thinking, English is hard. It begins to feel safe with it. It begins to trust it. And that trust shows in your voice. You say a sentence more easily, not because you studied hard, but because it feels familiar now. Let's pause here. This is the top moment of the chapter. A learner says, I can't become fluent while sleeping, but I can feel less afraid to speak. That sentence is everything. Because fear is the real enemy. Not grammar, not vocabulary, but fear. And sleep learning helps quiet that fear. So what is sleep learning, truly? It is not a teacher of rules. It is not a magic grammar machine. It is a soft friend, a quiet coach, a peaceful repetition helper. It does not push you. It does not test you. It just whispers, you know this. You've heard this. You're doing fine. And for many learners, that whisper is what they need most. Sleep learning gives you deeper memory of useful phrases, more comfort with English sounds, less fear when speaking, a sense of progress without pressure. And that is not small, that is powerful, that is human. So if you ever felt guilty for playing English while sleeping, thinking it's lazy or useless, please stop. You are not wasting time. You are helping your brain. You are building calm. You are choosing a kind way to learn. And that's smart. In the next chapter, I will show you why repetition matters so much. Why hearing the same words again and again, especially with feeling, makes your memory stronger. You will learn that your brain does not need more English. It needs deeper English. Let's go there now, slowly, gently, together. Chapter 5. The Power of Repetition. Why Familiar Words Matter. Let me tell you a little secret. Your brain doesn't want more words. It wants familiar words. Words it has met before. Words it has heard many times. Words it remembers not because they are big, but because they feel important. This is the power of repetition, and if you understand it, your English will grow faster, softer, deeper, without stress. Think about a song you love. Maybe the first time you heard it, it felt okay. But the second time, you noticed the rhythm. The third time, you started to hum. The fourth time, you sang along. You didn't memorize it. You just heard it again and again. And slowly it became part of you. That's repetition. That's how your brain learns best. When it comes to English, many learners think they need more words, more vocabulary, more grammar, more new things every day. But here's the truth. If you don't repeat, you don't remember. New words are like visitors. They come in and leave. But familiar words are like family. They stay. They grow roots. They live in your brain. Now let's talk about the science. Your brain has a memory system that works like this. First, you hear something. That goes into short-term memory. If it's interesting or emotional, it may stay a little longer. But to move into long-term memory, your brain needs to see it again, and again, and again. Each repetition is like water to a seed. It makes the memory grow stronger, clearer, deeper, and sleep helps too if you've already repeated the word before bed. But repetition alone is not enough. There's another secret: emotion. Your brain does not keep boring words. It keeps words that feel real, that touch your heart, that make you smile, laugh, wonder, or even cry. This is called emotional tagging. Your brain puts a little important flag on memories that have feelings. And that's why stories, personal phrases, and soft messages work better than random vocabulary lists. Let's take an example. You hear the sentence, "I believe in myself." It's simple, but one day you hear it when you feel sad. It touches you. You repeat it. You whisper it. You write it in your notebook. You hear it again in your sleep. Your brain says, "This sentence matters. Let's keep it." That's emotional repetition. That's how real learning happens. Now imagine this. Every night you hear the same 5 sentences, softly, slowly, the same voice, the same words, not boring, comforting, like a lullaby, like a warm cup of tea. After a few nights, those sentences become part of you. They come out of your mouth without effort, not because you forced them, but because you welcomed them. And here's the spike moment of this chapter. Learners realize, my brain doesn't want new things every day. It wants the same words, if they feel important. That moment changes everything, because it means you don't need hundreds of words. You need a few good ones, repeated with care. So how can you use this in your English journey? Start small. Choose 5 sentences you love. Repeat them every day for 5 days. Listen to them before bed. Say them softly. Play them again while sleeping. These sentences are your seeds. Water them gently. Watch them grow. And don't worry about feeling bored. Repetition is not boring when the words are kind, when they feel like home, when they speak to your heart. In fact, your brain loves repetition. It relaxes with it. It says, "Ah, yes, I know this. I trust this." Now you understand the power. Repetition makes weak memories strong. Familiar words feel safer, and sleep turns those familiar words into deeper knowledge. This is not hard study. This is soft learning, human learning. In the next chapter, I'll show you how to prepare for sleep the right way, what to do in the last 20 minutes before bed, so your brain is ready to remember. It's not about doing more, it's about doing it right. Get ready. Your English is about to feel even more natural. Chapter 6. Preparing for Sleep. The 20 minutes that matter most. It's the end of the day. The sky is dark. The noise of the world is slowing down. You feel tired. Your body wants to rest. And your brain, it is almost ready to enter sleep. But wait. Before you close your eyes, there is something very special you can do. Something simple, something soft, something that makes your English stronger while you sleep. These next 20 minutes are golden, quiet, gentle, powerful. If you use them with care, they can change how your brain remembers English. You don't need a book. You don't need a lesson. You just need one peaceful habit, a bedtime English moment. Let's start with what not to do. Don't scroll through your phone. Don't watch stressful videos. Don't answer messages. These things make your brain busy, full, loud. If your brain goes to bed full of noise, it cannot remember English. It will clean the wrong things. It will forget what matters. So let the day go. Put down the screen. Give your brain a little space. Now, what should you do? Begin by calming your body. Sit on your bed. Take one deep breath. Close your eyes for a moment. Let your shoulders drop. Feel the quiet. Then, open your English notebook, or open a note on your phone. Look at just 3 phrases you learned today. Not grammar rules, not hard vocabulary, just 3 short phrases that made you feel something. Maybe they are, "I am learning slowly." "Today was difficult, but I tried." "My English is growing." Read them once. Then read them again. This time, whisper them aloud. No pressure, no test. Just like saying good night. These phrases are not homework. They are soft friends. You are not studying. You are letting them stay with you. Inside your mind. Inside your dreams. And here's the top moment of this chapter. When a learner looks at those 3 little sentences and says, "This is not studying. This is saying good night to my English." That feeling, that calm, that love, is what helps the brain remember. Not effort, emotion, not pressure, peace. You can also listen to a voice. Maybe it's a slow story. Maybe it's your own voice reading the 3 phrases. Maybe it's a short podcast you liked during the day. Just play it once, softly. Let your brain hear the words one more time. That's all. Don't push. Don't add more. Just remind. Some nights I write my 3 phrases in a little notebook beside my bed. Sometimes I smile when I read them. Sometimes I feel quiet, but always I feel connected. I'm not just learning English. I'm living with it. I'm welcoming it into my night. And if you feel tired, that's okay. You don't need to sit up straight. You don't need to take notes. You can lie down. You can breathe. You can let the words float around you like soft music. The brain listens better when you are calm, when you feel safe. You see, your brain is not a machine. It doesn't save everything. It chooses. And what it chooses depends on how you feel. If a word feels warm, it stays. If a sentence feels kind, it stays. If a phrase makes you smile, it stays. That's why these 20 minutes are so powerful. You are not filling your brain. You are feeding it gently, like a parent tucking in a child, like a gardener watering a plant. And here's one more gentle tip. Smile. Yes, smile. Even a small one. It tells your brain, this moment is good. This learning is safe. And safe memories. Stay longer. So tonight, before you sleep, don't try to be perfect. Just choose your 3 favorite phrases from the day. Say them softly. Feel them. Maybe listen to them once more. Then close your eyes. Let your English go with you into sleep, not as a lesson, but as a lullaby. In the next chapter, I'll show you what kind of English works best during sleep, what to listen to, how to choose it, and what to avoid. Because not all words are equal at night, but when you choose right, your English grows, even in the dark. Chapter 7. What kind of English works best at night? You are in bed, the lights are off, the world is quiet. And in the background, you hear a voice, not loud, not fast, just soft English, floating into your ears like a breeze. Your eyes are closed, but your brain, it is still listening, still feeling, still choosing. And what it hears in this moment matters more than you think. Because not all English is good for sleep. Many learners make the same mistake. They choose the wrong kind of audio at night. They think any English is good English. But that's not true. Your sleeping brain is sensitive, gentle. It doesn't want speed. It doesn't want noise. It wants softness, familiarity, comfort. The right kind of English audio helps your brain open. The wrong kind? Your brain ignores it. Or worse, it wakes up confused. So what works best? Let's begin with slow English stories. These are gold. Stories have rhythm, emotion, meaning. Your brain listens better when it hears feeling. Even in sleep, a story has power. If you already know the story, even better. Familiar words bring peace. They feel safe. They help your brain say, ah, I know this. I'll keep it. Short bedtime stories work best. Stories about daily life, dreams, or personal growth. Not too many characters, not too long. Just 1 to 5 minutes of soft, slow storytelling. This is English your brain can hold in the dark. Another great tool is phrase loops. These are simple sentences repeated again and again. For example, I am learning. My English is improving. I feel calm and ready. You can find these online or record them in your own voice. Repeating short, positive phrases tells your brain, this is important, and the repetition makes memory stronger. These loops are not lessons. They are gentle reminders, and they work. Now, let's talk about shadowing. Normally, shadowing means you listen and repeat, but before sleep, it works a little differently. Here's what to do. First, shadow for 2 to 3 minutes. Listen to a short piece of English and repeat it once. Use your voice. Then, play that same piece while you sleep. Your brain heard it while awake. Now it hears it again while resting. That double exposure helps memory grow. But what about music? Can music help? Yes, if it's the right kind. Use slow, wordless background music, soft piano, rain sounds, gentle waves. This helps your brain relax. It makes the English audio feel smoother, like a soft blanket. But avoid music with strong beats or emotional melodies. That wakes the brain. It makes it focus. And focus is not what we want in sleep. We want flow. Now let's talk about the voice. This is so important. The voice you hear at night must be calm, slow, kind. It should feel like a friend, a guide, a soft light in the dark. Not every English speaker has that kind of voice. Some are too fast, too sharp, too energetic. And that's okay for the day, but not for sleep. And here comes the spike moment of this chapter, when a learner hears a soft English voice and says, "This voice helps me feel calm, and that makes my brain listen." That moment is magic. Not because the voice is perfect, but because it feels good, and feelings guide memory. So let's make a short list. Best English for sleep. Slow bedtime stories. Simple phrase loops. Familiar content, not new. Your own voice, if you like it. Gentle shadowing before sleep. Calm background music, not good for sleep. Fast podcasts, grammar lessons, news reports, drama or strong emotions, new, difficult words, loud background sounds, and always keep the volume low. Not silent, not loud, just soft enough to float around you. If it wakes you up, it's too much. If you can't hear it, it's too little. Find the sweet spot. Let it feel like a whisper. You see, nighttime English is not about learning more. It's about learning deeper. And that means choosing your audio with love, with care, with feeling. In the next chapter, I'll give you a full routine, a real plan. Morning to night. Simple steps, clear rhythm. So your English grows gently every single day and night. Let's turn this into a habit, a soft, beautiful one. Chapter 8. Sample Sleep Learning Routine, Day to Night. Let's make this real. You've learned so much already. How the brain works, how memory grows, what kind of English is best for sleep. But now it's time to build a routine. A simple, kind rhythm. Not a schedule full of pressure. Not a big plan that feels impossible. Just soft steps that fit into your life. Even if you are tired, even if your day is full, even if you have only a few quiet minutes, This is your sleep learning routine, gentle, human, and real. We begin in the morning. Morning, 7 to 8 a.m. Light wake up. Listening. When you wake up, your mind is clear. It's fresh. It's open. This is not the time for hard study. It's the time for light connection. Instead of checking your phone or reading news, listen to a short English story. 1 or 2 minutes is enough. You can play something you already heard yesterday, while brushing your teeth, while making tea. Let the sound of English enter your morning softly. You don't need to understand every word. You just need to feel English is part of my day. Then we move to midday. Midday, 12 to 1 p.m. Quick review listening. Now it's lunchtime, or maybe a short break. Here, just do one thing. Repeat what you heard in the morning. The same story, the same phrases. You don't need to focus hard. Play it in the background while eating, or walking, or resting. This repetition tells your brain, yes, this is important. Keep it. Next comes evening. Evening, 5 to 7 p.m. Whisper practice. Now the day is slowing down. You have a little space. Take 10 to 15 minutes and return to that same English again. But this time, use your voice. Shadow a few sentences. Whisper them. Say them out loud, or write them in your notebook. Let your mouth feel the words. Don't try to be perfect. This is not a test. This is a soft practice. You are telling your brain, I want this. I'm ready. Then your day begins to close. Night, 9 to 10 p.m. Bedtime review. This is the golden time. You sit quietly. You read your 3 favorite phrases from today, the ones that felt warm, the ones that made you smile. You whisper them once. You maybe listen to the short story one more time. But no new content, nothing heavy. Your brain is preparing to sleep. It's ready to remember, but only what it knows. And now, the most peaceful step. Sleep time, 10 to 11 p.m. Soft audio in the dark. You lie down, you turn off the light, and you play the same English audio from earlier. A story, a few phrases, your own voice, soft music in the background maybe. Not loud, not long, just 30 to 60 minutes of gentle English. And then you sleep. Your body rests. Your brain listens, softly, slowly, kindly. And that is your sleep learning routine. It's not about doing more. It's about doing right. Every part of this day is soft, light, repeatable, and it all fits inside your real life. You don't need hours. You don't need grammar books. You don't even need perfect understanding. You just need rhythm and trust. And here comes the spike moment of this chapter, when a learner follows the plan for one full day, then smiles and says, I can do this, even on busy days. That moment is powerful, because it means this routine is not just possible, it's sustainable. It's yours. Let's look at the whole picture again. Morning, light listening, 1 to 2 minutes. Midday, repeat the same audio once evening. Whisper, shadow, or write the phrases night. Review your favorite 3 sentences. Sleep, play soft audio, same content, while you rest. That's it. That's the routine. It's not a challenge. It's not a program. It's a habit. A soft one. A kind one. And when you follow it for 3 to 5 days, you begin to feel the change. Your English sounds familiar. Your memory feels deeper. Your fear becomes smaller. In the next chapter, I'll help you avoid the mistakes most learners make with sleep learning. Because even good habits can go wrong if we don't stay gentle. Let's keep your night learning safe, strong, and steady. You're doing beautifully. Chapter 9. Common Mistakes in Sleep Learning. Now that you've learned the beauty of sleep learning and how to build a soft routine, it's time to protect your progress. Because even the kindest habits can go wrong if we don't use them with care. Many English learners begin with excitement. They create a playlist. They lie down in bed. They hope for magic. But after a few days, they feel nothing. No progress. No change. They feel disappointed. They think, maybe this doesn't work. But often the problem isn't sleep learning itself. It's how they're using it. So in this chapter, we'll look at the most common mistakes people make with sleep learning. And I'll show you how to gently avoid them so your English can grow in peace. Mistake 1. Using new or difficult content. While sleeping, this is the biggest mistake. Some learners think, I'll listen to a podcast I've never heard before. Maybe I'll learn new words in my sleep. But your brain doesn't work like that. If your brain has never heard the words before, it doesn't care. It ignores them. They are just background noise. It's like trying to read a book in the dark. You won't remember anything. Fix. Use content you already studied during the day. Sleep is not for new information. It's for strengthening what you already know. Mistake 2. Expecting fast results. Some learners believe that after 2 nights of listening, they'll wake up fluent. And when that doesn't happen, they feel frustrated. But sleep learning is not fast. It's soft, quiet, slow. You may not even notice the change right away. But after a few days, a few weeks, a few peaceful nights, something begins to shift. The words feel easier. The sounds feel softer. You feel less afraid to speak. Fix. Trust the process. Sleep learning is not a magic trick. It's a helper. A gentle, silent one. Mistake 3. Changing the audio. Every night. You are not boring. You want something new. So one night, you play a love story. The next night, a grammar podcast. The next, a news video. But your brain doesn't like this. It needs repetition. When you change too often, your brain gets confused. It starts over again and again, and nothing goes deep. Fix. Choose one story or set of phrases. Use them for 3 to 5 nights. Let the words sink in like soft rain. Then change. Mistake 4. Playing English. All night long. Some learners think more hours means more learning. So they let English play for 6 to 7 hours straight. But this can disturb your sleep. It can wake you up or make your sleep shallow, and your brain needs deep rest to learn well. Fix. Use a sleep timer. Play the audio for 30 to 60 minutes. That's enough. Your brain will take what it needs, and then it can rest. Mistake 5. Using fast, noisy, or emotional content. Some videos have loud music, fast talking, or emotional voices. These things make your brain alert, not relaxed. Sleep learning needs peace. It needs a soft voice. It needs calm. Fix. Choose soft, slow, clear English. No strong beats, no drama. Just like a bedtime story. Let the sound be like a lullaby. Mistake 6. Forgetting to relax before sleep. If you jump into bed with your mind full of messages, tasks, or stress, your brain won't remember anything. It will be too full, too tired, too busy. Fix. Before sleep, calm down. Sit quietly. Read your 3 favorite phrases from the day. Whisper them once, then play your soft audio. This simple moment makes a big difference. And now, the top moment of this chapter. A learner says, sleep learning is not about doing more, it's about doing right. That one sentence is everything. You don't need 10 hours of audio. You don't need 100 different lessons. You just need one small thing, done with care. Sleep learning is not a machine. It is not a shortcut. It is a quiet friend. If you treat it kindly, it will help you. If you rush it, it will disappear. So please, be patient. Be soft. Be consistent. Your brain is listening. It is working for you, even now. In the next chapter, we'll answer the question in many learners' hearts. Can sleep learning actually help me speak better? Can it make my mouth move more easily? Can it help my words come faster? The answer is beautiful and true. Let's discover it together. Chapter 10. Can sleep learning help you speak better? This is the question you've been holding in your heart since the beginning. The question every learner asks quietly at night. Can sleep learning really help me speak better? Can it make my words come faster? Can it help me feel free, feel ready, feel less afraid to speak English? The answer is soft, but powerful. Yes. But not in the way you might think. Sleep learning will not teach your mouth new grammar. It will not turn you into a perfect speaker overnight. But here's what it will do. It will make your speaking easier. Not perfect, but easier, smoother, quieter, stronger, not from the head, but from the heart. Let me explain. When you sleep with English in the background, familiar words, soft phrases, a kind voice, your brain is not learning something new. It's repeating, whispering, holding, strengthening. And slowly, those phrases become easier to say. Your mouth doesn't need to search for them. They are already waiting. They feel like yours. Not strange, not difficult, just there. You might not notice the change at first, but one day, in the middle of a conversation, a sentence comes out. Naturally, softly. You don't think, you just say it. I'm learning English. Or, I need a little help. Or, yes, I understand. And afterward, you stop. You smile. You think, wait, I said that sentence. I heard that in my sleep. And now I spoke it. That's the emotional spike of this chapter. That quiet moment when a learner says, I said a sentence today that I heard in my sleep. It felt natural. That moment is real. It's not magic. It's not fake confidence. It's your brain saying, I know this. I've practiced this. You're safe. Let's talk about why this works. Your brain loves patterns. It loves hearing the same sentence again and again. I want to go there. She is my friend. This is my favorite. These patterns become familiar, like the beat of a song. When you hear them enough, especially while sleeping, they become part of your rhythm. You don't study the structure. You feel it. And when you need to speak, the rhythm helps. Your mouth remembers the music of the sentence, not just the meaning. This is how children learn. They don't read grammar books. They don't take speaking tests. They listen. They repeat. They play. And after many quiet nights of hearing the same words, they speak. Adults can do the same. Sleep learning brings back that soft, natural way of learning. But don't forget, you still need to speak. Sleep will prepare the words. It will hold the phrases in your memory. But only you can open your mouth. Only you can say them. Sleep learning helps you feel ready. But fluency comes when you speak, even one sentence, even one whisper. So here's how sleep learning helps your speaking. It makes familiar phrases easier to say. It removes fear and adds comfort. It trains your ear to recognize patterns. It prepares your mouth for action. It gives you soft, quiet confidence. And maybe that's the most important gift, confidence. When you sleep with kind English every night, your brain stops saying, "This is hard." It begins to say, "This is normal." And when something feels normal, it becomes easier to do. That is the truth behind fluency. Not perfection, not speed, familiarity. So if you've been afraid to speak, start listening. If you feel stuck, start repeating. If you feel unsure, start sleeping with your favorite phrases. Let your brain do the quiet work. And then, give your voice a chance to try. Because the day will come. You will say a sentence out loud. You will feel surprised. You will feel strong. And you will remember. That sentence came from the night. It came from the soft hours. It came from your sleep. In the next chapter, we will end this journey with a beautiful image. Your English mind as a peaceful garden, a place where words grow in silence, and dreams speak softly. Let's finish together, with feeling, with love, and with hope. Chapter 11. Your mind is a garden. Water it at night. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a breath. Now imagine your mind, not as a machine, not as a test paper, but as a garden. Soft soil, quiet paths, a little sun, a little wind. Inside this garden are small seeds. They are not big, they are not loud, but they are full of life. And these seeds are your English words. Every time you learn a new word, you plant a seed. I am learning. Plant. Can you help me? Plant. I feel happy today. Plant. These are not just words. They are living things, waiting, hoping, growing. In the day, you plant. When you listen to English, repeat a phrase, write a sentence. You are placing seeds gently into your mind. But planting is not enough. A seed without water will not grow. That's where the night comes in. Because at night, you water your garden. When you sleep with familiar English playing softly in the background, you are giving water to those little seeds. Your brain listens, not with stress, not with fear, but with peace. It remembers the words. It holds them. It feeds them. And slowly, quietly, they grow roots. They become part of you. Not in your notebook, not on a flashcard, but inside, in your voice, in your memory. And the most beautiful part? You don't have to push. You don't have to force. A flower does not grow faster if you shout at it. It grows when the conditions are gentle, when there is time, repetition, light, and sleep. Your English grows the same way. Some learners feel discouraged. They say, I studied today, but I still forget. Or, I tried shadowing, but I can't speak yet. And I tell them, you planted the seed. Now water it. Be patient. Sleep is part of your learning. You don't need to do more. You need to let your brain do its quiet work. This is the spike moment of this chapter. When a learner whispers, my English is growing, even when I rest. That feeling changes everything, because now learning is not just about effort. It's about trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in your brain. Trust in the process. So tonight, when you lie down, don't think about what you forgot. Don't think about what you didn't finish. Think about the seeds you planted, that one sentence you repeated, that short story you listened to twice, that phrase you liked. Smile at them. Then close your eyes, play your soft English audio, and let your mind water the seeds. You won't see big flowers tomorrow, but in a few days, something will bloom. A sentence will come faster. A word will feel easier. A sound will feel familiar. And you'll know it didn't come from stress. It came from silence, from sleep, from the garden of your mind. You don't need 100 new words today. You need one small phrase, planted with love and watered with rest. That's enough. That's how fluency begins. Not in noise, not in pressure, but in rhythm, in repetition, in trust. In the next and final chapter, I'll bring all of this together. I'll show you how to build your own quiet habit, a small promise to yourself, one that lets English grow gently in your life, day by day, night by night. You're almost there. Let's finish together. Chapter 12. A new habit, a new you. Let English be your soft night voice. Let's end where all beautiful things begin, with a quiet promise. Not a big goal, not a test, not a schedule. Just a simple, gentle promise to yourself. Every night, I will listen to 2 minutes of English I love. That's all. 2 minutes. One voice, one small act. But this one act can change everything. Because learning English isn't about pushing harder. It's about listening softer. It's not about perfect grammar. It's about personal rhythm. It's not about doing more. It's about doing something real, something kind, something that fits gently into your life. You've come so far in this journey. You've learned how your brain works while you sleep. You've seen how repetition makes memories stronger. You've discovered how your emotions guide your learning. And now you understand something deeper. Your English can grow without pressure, without fear, without noise. So here is your new habit, your new beginning. Before bed, sit quietly. Take a slow breath. Think of one sentence you liked today, or one story that made you smile. Find the audio, your voice, my voice, a soft podcast, or a short video you already know. Play it. Just 2 minutes. Not for study, not for review, just for peace, for connection, for trust. Let English be the last voice you hear before you sleep. Let it speak kindly to your mind. Let it float into your dreams. No grammar rules, no heavy lessons, just a soft whisper. You are learning. You are growing. You are enough. And then sleep. Because sleep is not the end of your learning. It is the continuation. It is the gentle night shift of your brain. It takes what you loved, what you repeated, what you felt, and it waters it, feeds it, holds it close. And in the morning, your English is just a little stronger, a little smoother, a little more yours. This is your new you, the version of yourself who doesn't give up, who learns with love, who grows in silence, who trusts the process. This is not fast learning. This is true learning. And here comes the final spike, the last deep moment of this journey. A learner says, "My English voice, it sleeps with me. It grows with me. It becomes me." That sentence is the heart of everything, because your voice is not just in your mouth. It is in your mind, in your dreams, in your habits. And when you listen to English every night, even just 2 minutes, it becomes part of who you are. So here's the invitation, a quiet one. Tonight, play your 2 minutes. Let your heart choose what you love. Repeat it softly. Let your brain take it in. And let your English grow, word by word, breath by breath, dream by dream. You don't need to start big. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin, softly, kindly, tonight. If this video helped you learn even one gentle truth about English, please do 4 small things. Like this video, so others can find it. Comment below and tell me, what English audio will you listen to tonight? Subscribe to Bookish 24/7 for more soft, slow, real English. Share this video with a tired learner. They need your kindness too. And remember, you are not waiting for fluency. You are growing it, word by word, sentence by sentence, night by night. Your English is not sleeping, it is blooming.